Where is it?
Was it Florida versus Humanity?
Yep, Florida versus Humanity. So let me just.
You know, the law itself is sort of a virtue signal.
Oh
If
yeah.
you look at the Florida anti-immigration law, where it's like, oh, if you know, you need to put your people through e-verify and make sure that they're not, illegal immigrants in the state for whatever reason it may be. Like, how are they going to stop under the table jobs because they're not registered? If for the most part they're not, or if they are, they're you're
Has
just
the
not
law
gonna be able to
already
find
gone
them.
into effect? I thought. Oh, it takes effect on the July 1st. Okay,
Yeah.
so all right, so I
So,
didn't screw it
and
up
even
then.
then, there's a lot of anecdotes. You see stuff on TikTok, on Twitter of just campsites where there's like construction happening, and not camp, well, construction sites where stuff is happening, and there's a bunch of workers just absent, not there because they're afraid that them or their families will be sent out of the country. And as the lifeblood of America, you're creating a fucking blockage there, all right? You're gonna have a fucking blocked artery in America
I will
if you
say
actually
this:
go through this 210%.
if you want the if you want the silver lining, if there is a silver lining in
Mm,
this, depending on how all this plays out, which it will not play out well, it will be very ugly.
yeah.
If that ugliness is captured on film, I don't think
You see,
people like DeSantis will
I
win.
don't think he's going that far though, because he's just talking about places where they're already registered. But
Uh huh.
when people are going after this, a lot of people, if you are without documents, you're doing this under the table.
Hmm.
You're doing it from a friend of a friend, somebody, or the company accepted you because you're willing to be paid half as much as an American. Like this isn't going to attack them because they weren't in the registry to begin with. It's like, okay, sure, you went after some, and it will hurt the Florida by a little, like by
Well,
a chunk.
listen to this. Listen to the wording, specifying that certain driver license and permits issued by
Yeah,
other states exclusively to unauthorized immigrants are not valid in this state, requiring certain hospitals
yeah,
to collect patient immigration
and that's really fucked.
status.
It's like if you get stabbed because you live in a poor neighborhood that the Republicans don't want to help fix, it's like then they'll get you in your hospital bed,
And
which would
doesn't
be
this
a really
also
horrific scene
violate?
to see.
Doesn't this also violate like the commerce laws that we have, where it's like, um, for example, like your driver's license is valid for like up to 10 days in other
Yeah.
states. Like, I like how okay. I think this
Mm.
is something that the right. I don't know if I should tell the right they're fucking up, but I'm gonna tell the right they're fucking up straight up. You guys don't understand that the entire country is watching you, not just other Republicans. And when they see shit like this, they see this as an attack on people they know, as an attack on their neighbors, on an attack
Hmm.
on their community, because immigrants are
Yeah.
in every community. They're in every state in this country, in
Yeah.
every population center, in every rural community.
Whether I mean, you could even is any part of the world.
So what
You
you're
could
essentially
be
like, you're
immigrant.
making yourself look fucking crazy to
Mm.
everybody who isn't already far right.
Yep.
So you're sinking your own like you look
And
you're yeah,
also,
you're right. It's virtue signaling and it's pushing those who aren't already deep in the sauce away.
yeah,
So congrats.
yeah.
Sinking your own election no, sorry, sinking your own general like this.
Which I wonder if, as a governor, will he get reelected with all these bills passing? Will there be like a surge of? I know the Florida Democratic Party is sort of bad at the moment, but could these things push him further away from the median Floridan voter? Which
Maybe.
I hope. I hope that the people like imagine you come from Cuba
Could be like
and then you have a
Vermont.
bunch of like people coming from Cuba who don't have documents because they escaped from the communist hellhole of Cuba, and
Hmm.
then they're like, well, if you register because you got your fucking toe fucked up by glass in the ground, and now you're in the hospital, and they're like, hey, are you legal? And they're like, oh, you almost say, it. And then they're like, go back, like.
It
You're
could be
gonna
like
fuck over the
Vermont.
Cuban population too, and it'd be ironic to see them flip more to a left wing side.
Well, do you think it might go third party, like in Vermont? Because Florida has a lot of rich old bastards there
Yeah,
who could fund a third party. I actually think a third party could
I
take root
hope
in
if there
Florida.
was a third party in Florida, it would be because of Bernie. Right? He's from Vermont,
Mm-hmm.
and
I believe
he's
it was
filed as
because of
independent.
Bernie. Yeah. He was the yeah. I think up until recently. Yeah. So
Oh, Bernie.
yep. So you know what? I hope Florida man rises out of the Democratic Republican binary
Mm,
and says we make the Florida man party.
yep.
We just do our own thing. This is Florida. We want Florida to become its own country. That's basically honestly. Can we just cut Florida off and let it like float off into the
Just give
Atlantic.
them to Cuba. You know, just like, all right, this is where you're gonna store your missiles. All right.
But I like the manatees, though. I don't want to give up the manatees.
Yeah, fuck. Okay, we keep the manatees, and they keep their missiles.
Yeah, we evacuate all the
Haven't now.
manatees, and then we send Florida into the ocean.
Yeah.
All right, let's see.
I just
What?
realized. Is there anybody chatting?
Oh
anybody in
yeah,
the
that's a
chat?
good point. We should look at the chat. No one's chatting.
Is there no one?
No,
Is it the void today?
we scream into the abyss.
All right. Jesus Christ.
Abyss, abyss,
Abyss,
abyss.
abyss, abyss. As long as I got my white headsets on.
As long as you're distinguished from me in some way.
I mean, it makes it better. Like it's like Johnny Test with black and white. You know, Mr. Black, Mr. White. The white, Mr. White's black and Mr. Black is white. I have a white headsets. I'm darker.
That actually would be a good way to outline some of these in the future. Anyway,
Yeah.
their thumbnails and shit.
Oh yeah, it's like white headset is this dude, black headset's that dude.
Yeah, actually
Yeah.
would be a good. Actually, it's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, anyway, Florida is evil. What the fuck else is new?
And look, like with a population that's so big that they're funding your fucking agricultural market by the fact they work for half as much. You know, Florida could become more expensive to live in, you know, for all the people migrating over there because, you know, you're not gonna have as many houses built. There's TikToks of like construction sites just being empty.
Supposedly, there's strikes going on from truckers across the
Yeah,
country as
there's
well.
supposed to be like an anti-immigration strike. They're like, hey, like all these like Hispanic truckers, we're going to stop in consolidation. You know, just
We're gonna
trying to
stop
help
coming
out.
to Florida.
Yeah, which I hope it works. I know there's some divisions in the Hispanic community where some people are like, well, I'm here and fuck the people who are trying
I
to
got
get
here legally.
Yeah, I got here legally. And even for some people who got here legally, they're like, well,
I'm already here,
hey, when the
bitch.
sun shines, just like, you know, just cut off like fuck Mufasa on the ridge, you know, just kick them off.
Not my problem.
Yeah, not my problem.